Go ahead, Stan.
Well, thanks, Chuck. One of the things that I want to make sure that everybody still gets plugged into the Healthy Happy Hour. So we're doing the Healthy Happy Hour every Wednesday at 12 o'clock on my Facebook page. Now, we're using a product. If you guys aren't familiar with this, there's a really neat product that I have found. I shared it with a few of you already, but it's called Live Leap. So when you're doing anything that is out there that that you're trying to promote of yourselves, your own branding process, it's called liveleap.com. It allows you to go from your Facebook page and then put it out to other pages all simultaneously. So it's very much worth you taking the time and looking at that opportunity. But for the most part, I want to make sure that you guys are getting solid information every Wednesday and maybe even a couple of times throughout the week as I'm running across this material that we're doing for Undeniable Results, which is a private page that's for our group and down. So if you happen to be in our right leg, down underneath us, you're going to be able to plug into that as well on a consistent basis because we'll be able to support that information. But what I'm bringing to you now with the Healthy Happy Hour is I'm bringing you information that's not labeled by Isagenix or a brand or anything like that. It's good information about health and wellness that can target the real life situations that are happening out there in the world and why the 90 nutrients are taking care of these issues for people. And if you can take that and blend that into your Isagenix information as you pass it on to other people, it's being very successful that way. I've been coached by some psychological sports psychologists that over the last couple months, and they've been giving me actually words to say that actually engage people faster to, taking another risk at things. And what I mean by that is a lot of people out here in the world are trying Weight Watch programs, weight loss programs, pills, potions, the proteins. Most of us have tried a lot of things even for ourselves, and not without any results. With Isagenix, it's becoming undeniable what's happening in the human beings. Now, I have a number of phenomenal testimonies that are coming to the surface. It's where people have lost, 16, 17 pounds in a short amount of time, maybe 20 pounds. But what's even more dramatic than the weight loss for a lot of these people is they're getting their life back. They're getting off medications. In fact, two of my customers recently just let us know, Lisa and I know, that they're not having to go to the doctor now. The doctor told them that their diabetes and some of the chronic diseases that they're having or were having have now been eliminated from their body, and the doctor told them not to come back every 3 months, but now they don't have to come back but once a year, as long as they're maintaining this process. So when you start thinking about what's happening on the inside of people's bodies, not just what's happening from the outside that people can see, but what's happening on the inside, we are encouraging, and I will continue to encourage people, and I'll continue to encourage all of you, that you should be promoting this not as a 30-day system, but as a 16-week system, plugging them into the IsaBody Challenge or into your own challenge program, because the human body doesn't get these type of results that fast, typically. And if it does, great, more power to you. But what happens to the ones that don't get the results that they're looking for? They have to understand that from the top of the head to the shoulder area, that's going to happen in week 1 through week 4. And then from the ankles to the mid quad is going to be where you're going to see another set of movement. And that movement is going to come between week 5 and week 10, and where most typical programs take people into their body is in week 10 to week 16, and that's usually the midsection. Now, however, the way that Isagenix formulated and put their stuff together in a compounding effect instead of a singular effect like all other nutritional programs, this is why the Healthy Happy Hour is so good for you to get plugged into, because they're going to get results faster, and you'll be able to, and I'll be explaining and exploiting this information for you so that you can share this with your friends and family and use that to draw people in. And I hope that it helps you throughout the time. Back to you, Chuck.
Stan, your knowledge and your voice just put everybody at ease. I love hearing you talk. So looking forward to a great event this coming Saturday. You'll be one of the people give a little, you and Lisa get to share a little bit since you just hit Crystal Executive. I want to congratulate you. For those of you that are reading the chat, Shirley just literally minutes ago hit Crystal Director. So V and Renee are no longer our newest Crystal Directors, but now here's the purpose of tonight's call. I wanted to recognize both those great leaders for doing what they did, but I also want to tell every single one of you that you've got now until May 27th to hit Crystal Executive. And you might be saying, Chuck, I didn't even hit Crystal Manager, and I didn't hit Crystal Director. I got no chance. I'm telling you, you do have a chance. It's all about momentum. It's all about activity, and it can be done. Now, is it simple? No, but I will tell you this. Shirley enrolled a girl, I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. I think it was yesterday. Her name is Yen, and her goal is to be an executive, Crystal Executive, by May 27th, and I believe she's going to do it. So, Shirley, you want to tell us a little bit about how you got her excited and put her on the path to do what you did? Wait. I got you muted.
5:30.
Now I can hear you.
Okay. No, I've known Yen about 25 or 30 years. We both worked in the health clubs years ago, and she just saw this. She's a top-notch personal trainer. She's a top-notch Instagram influencer, and this is the first company that she has ever endorsed in 25 years, and that's a big thing. I mean, I've been endorsing products for years, but she saw this, and I just tell her what she needs to do, and she says, okay, I'll do that, and she does. And I have a lovely team and clients and people, and so yeah, I'm pretty jazzed up right now. It came together. It's been about 5 weeks. I'm pretty happy with the length of time and getting this thing done. Really, really cool.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, everybody listen to the call. She is following the Cepeda system to a T. She's building her team leg, and she's now getting good momentum going on her team leg. She's got 3 or 4 people that are building over there using the Cepeda system, and so we're starting to see the momentum really start to pick up. And so I just want to encourage all of you. The Cepedas know what they're doing. And we got Patty Cepeda coming to St. Louis May 5th. Now, some of you are like, well, I'm in New York or I'm in wherever you're at. Trust me, get on the phone with everybody you know and ask them, who do you know in the St. Louis area? And St. Louis area includes Kansas City, Memphis, Louisville, Chicago, Indianapolis. There's a bunch of cities right around St. Louis. And we got people, Pete and his wife Agnes are coming all the way up from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Eddie Vaklovic's jumping on a plane coming up from Houston, Texas. So, I mean, they've got a little more vested interest. They're already in the business. But your prospects, if you put enough sense of urgency on this thing, it's not often you get to sit at the feet of a person who is making $2.5 million residual who's willing to share her secrets and help you succeed. And that's what we have in Patty. Versal Shaw will be our MC, so I guarantee you're going to have a good time. He's just fun to be around. You're going to get to hang out with Stan Yago and learn from him. Pam and Lynn are coming down from Chicago. It's just going to be a great time. So I want to encourage everybody to take advantage of that event. So today ends the free shipping. You've got till now until midnight East Coast time to get the last customers in with this deal. If you've been working with people, you might be thinking it's too late to call them. But if you've been working with them, you might want to just tell them, hey, I want to give you one last shot to save the shipping. I know you want to do this. And you might get that one or two more customers here at the end of the week. Now, let's start focusing immediately on Crystal Executive. That's really where it's at anyway. Hopefully, you go along the path and pick up all the bonuses along the way. But if you've missed them, you missed them. It's gone. It's done. Yeah. So now what you want to do is get focused on Crystal Executive. Get your map out and start filling the blanks. Start filling who's already a consultant, who's an active consultant. Start filling the blank who's doing the 100 BD a month already as an individual, because then you've got 1/3 of the formula done. In fact, more than 1/3, because you can then tap into their sphere of influence, help them enroll a spouse, help them enroll a friend, and voila, you got a new consultant. So again, get out your, it's called your map to Crystal Executive, and then start filling in the blanks, and start in pencil, of course, because you don't know until they don't go ink and get highlighted in yellow until they become an official consultant. But really, I'll tell you a little secret is it's easier to do this fast than it is slow anyway. If you do it slow, what happens is the people you bring on, and then 3 months later, you're going for executive. Well, one of the 3 people becomes inactive. Now you got to replace that whole consultant or get that one person. It's easier just to have a major sense of urgency and get it done. Now, for people like Shirley, who just got in business 5 weeks ago, she has 180 days to go executive, Crystal executive, and she'll earn the $1,000 bonus if she does that. But everybody, no matter when they got in, if they weren't already an executive, they have until May 27th to go executive and get Crystal, but it's double because the time frame scrunched down. It's a promotion. It's double bonus. So instead of the normal 1,000, it's 1,000 right away, and then it's another 1,000 on June 18th. So people have a chance to pick up $2,000. And I want you to think about this. For those of you who've not hit your 20 consultants yet, you get $100 for every consultant you bring in also. So not only are you getting $2,000, but by hitting executive, that's another 10 consultants. So that's another $1,000. Now you're starting to build your 2 teams. You're starting to get some cycle bonuses. When you hit 5 cycles, the company says, hey, great job. They double your cycle bonus that week. So if you get 5 cycles at $250, they give you a $250 bonus. They don't really double your cycle bonus. They give you another $250. They do that twice. The first 2 times you hit 5 cycles, you get a $250 bonus both times. Now you got to rank advance to get the rest of the bonuses. But when you rank advance to manager and you cycle 10 times, they call that star. It's a 1 star. When you cycle 10 times in a week and you are a manager, active manager, the company says, hey, great job, 10 cycles. That's a little over $500. We're going to throw in another $500 bonus to congratulate you. They don't do that once. They do it twice. That's awesome. So the next one is 20 cycles, 2 star. When you hit 20 cycles, the company says, hey, great job. 20 cycles is 20 times 50 is a little over $1,000. So they say, we're going to give you a $1,000 bonus. Sure enough, you're a 2 star. First time you do that, you got to be a director above for this. They give you an extra $1,000. They do that twice. And then a 3 star is 40 cycles. And at 40 cycles, it's a $1,500 cycle bonus. So you get your cycle money, but then they throw another $1,500 at you. And again, it's not once, it's twice. So when you hear Quang Su talking about helping you make money along the way, you got your rank advancement bonuses, you got your double cycle bonuses. And then once you hit director, which, Versal and Shirley just did, Stan and Lisa did a while back, when you hit director, you're in the director bonus pool. So now you want to shift gears. You want to start building your other side of your business if you've been doing it Cepeda way, and you want to start cycling. Because the Cepedas teach us not to cycle a lot in the beginning, because we're building our team leg, we're getting the momentum going, which is Shirley did better than anybody I've ever seen. Just boom, boom, boom. She stacked her team leg. So she's set on that team leg. She really is. She's got some superstars over there. Mm-hmm. So now she flips it over and she starts building her focus leg. Well, I think she's cycled 1 time so far. So
yeah.
You know what her benchmark's going to be for the director bonus pool? 0. So as she starts to cycle, she gets a whole month's worth of cycling in. And now it says, okay, she grew this much in cycles over the benchmark. Now, people that don't know the Cepeda way, they're trying to balance the whole time. They're getting every little penny they can, every little cycle. And so they're maybe cycling 5, 10 times by them. So their benchmark is 5 or 10. So they have to go where they're at up to compete with Shirley, who started at 0 as her benchmark. So she's going to get a bigger share of the cycle of the bonus pool. And that's what the Cepedas teach. And those bonus pools are big, especially your first 6 months. They really want to reward you for achieving what you've achieved. Now, Versal and Renee and Shirley are not content at all to stick at director. They're only going to have 1 month there. This month, they're moving on to executive. Once you hit director and executive, you want to stay qualified, and then you want to learn the rules. And the rules are simple. And I've been a 2 to 3 star active for a while now, so I don't remember the exact rules for director and executive. I'll have to look up with you guys. But basically, they only look at two things: your own personal cycle growth and your team's cycle growth. And when we talk about your team, we're talking about your personal enrollment team down through 4 levels. It's the only two things they look at for these bonuses. And so as long as you're growing those 2 things, you're getting a portion of the bonus pool based on how much growth you have compared to everybody else in the bonus pool. So all I'm telling you is stay qualified. It's very important that you stay qualified. So don't just stop. When you get to executive, one of the mistakes I made is I started helping other people and got off my focus. And there was 1 month there where a few people fell off qualification. So like my second month, I wasn't qualified as an executive. Once I learned the rules and I said, well, that ain't going to happen again. I've been qualified every month since the 3rd month. It don't go without happening. So you want to stay qualified. Once you hit these levels, stay qualified. If at all possible. Now, if you can't, don't beat yourself up. You just do the best you can. But these bonus pools are big. Pete Hamby, I think he earned one was like $7,500. And literally, you get a call from like Jim and Kathy Coover congratulating you because now you're starting to get in the area where you're starting to become a leader. So anyway, I just want to tell all of you, set your goal for Crystal Executive by May 27th. And then make sure you've got your ticket for celebration in Nashville because there's a huge party that the company throws for the new Crystal executives. And everybody all the former Crystal, it's like a big reunion because all the people that hit Crystal Executive past, they all show up and it's a dinner, it's a party, it's dancing, it's Jim and Kathy Coover talk. It's a fun night. And so you want to make sure got your tickets for Nashville. That event, it's got to be really close to getting sold out. So you go to besetfreelife.com and order your tickets. So let's recap. Everybody on this call, no matter where you're in the business, if you're just starting or whatever, you should set your goal for a Crystal Executive by May 27th. And then as leaders, find out the people on your team that want to go for it and then help them put together a game plan. If you want to get me on a 3-way call to game plan, I'll help you. We'll put it together. I know you can do it, but it takes a lot of work. You can ask V, you can ask Shirley, you can ask Stan. It don't just happen. It takes a lot of work. It's frustrating because you're trying to herd cats. I mean, there's no kidding. Trying to get those orders in and everything else. But it's doable if you got a plan and if you're willing to do the work. Now through May 27th, you got time. So any questions? Anything I can help you with besides that? That for me, that's the most important thing. One more thing. 2 more things. The company has given us an incentive. They're trying to make this as easy as they can. They've given us double consultant bonus to help us get these goals. So when you're helping someone become a consultant, instead of the normal $50 rank advancement bonus they're going to make, the company's doubling that between now and May 27th for the sole purpose of helping you achieve these bonuses. And so your person's going to earn PIB, hopefully double PIB, and a $100 consultant bonus. So in most cases, they can get in and put their wife in, and their wife or spouse, in a lot of cases it's husband, I don't mean wife, but the second party, it's almost free. By the time they get the double PIB and the $100 consultant bonus, the second package is basically for free. Now here's another little trick I learned recently is I'm bringing the first person in as a smaller pack, like the 30-day system. If they're smart, they're going to get the premier system because it's got everything you need, the snacks and everything that you really want to have a successful endeavor. The value pack's obviously the best. But what I'm doing is I'm having them come in with a 30-day system or the premium system, which is really what I recommend, and then having them buy the value pack from themselves to where they get the $100 PIB. Because I'm worried about breaking consultants here more than I'm getting a little extra PIB. And so now when they bring the spouse in at the value pack, they got a $100 PIB coming. So now I can tell them in all sincerity, look, let's get you to consultant where you'll get a $100 consultant bonus and we'll double the PIB that you already earned. You already got 100 coming. So let's get you one more sale, make you consultant, and it'll double that 100 to 200. So now again, you're showing them how to make the money right away. So you're giving them major incentive to get on the phone and get one more. Anyway, I hope this is helping you guys. I'm just trying to give you a few little tips on how we make this actually happen. Shirley, you and V just did it. Any tips you want to share with anybody on what you did that helps you succeed? Shirley, ladies first, then V, if you want to share after her.
Yeah, no, for me, it was just a lot of hustle this week. I mean, I've done these kind of things before, but it was just putting in the pieces. I had one more consultant to go at 9 o'clock tonight, or one more customer, and I've been reaching out, and then that email came in, and she wants to do this. So I broke a consultant yesterday and today and 3 days ago, and we had to get orders in and get everything shored up, and it's just part of the process. And the plan is there, you follow the plan, and I'm a gal that likes to hit numbers, and I was thinking I'd do executive by the end of May, and Chuck's like, oh, you could do that this week. I'm like, could I? So we'll see. I'm on it. Thank you very much, Chuck. I appreciate you.
We're very proud of you. V, you want to give any tips that you might want to share?
Yeah, sure. For me personally, Renee and I, what we did was we just broke it down into, segments. She took some people, I took some people, and we worked as a team. And then also with, your help with 3-ways and other things, and Stan, this was a team effort, really. And, we saw the prize at the end of the tunnel, and we went for it. And we plan on, going forward, like hitting, I kind of taking what you said really to heart, like about having the momentum right now and trying to hit, Crystal Executive sooner than later, because, things kind of outside of your control can happen when people start falling off and stuff. So our plan is to try and hit Crystal Executive by this week going into next week at the latest. And, that's our goals, man. So, and it's really obtainable because, we already have a couple of prospects that's lined up to become associates and stuff. So it'll happen, and it'll happen sooner than later. So that's just what our plan was, just, staying the course and just pushing forward.
Very good. I'm proud of both of you. Stan, why don't you close us out? And I know you've got several people in your team now that are following your tracks. Tell us what you're doing to help them achieve these goals, because it's really important that we duplicate. So, Stan?
Well, we're using and thank you, Chuck, for this opportunity. We're using a questionnaire system that, if you haven't had a copy of the questionnaire, there's 3 questionnaires floating around. Chuck and Diane have one, V has his, I have mine, and I know that a couple other people are now using this as a fill-in. Let me explain the power of this questionnaire. It's out there, and it's actually causing people to create their own why before they actually even speak to you, because they're reading the questions, and all of this, just so that because of the duplication process that we want to create, all of this was designed by Kathy Coover. All I did was added some of my background to Kathy Coover's program, expanded on some of the questions, and Chuck, like I said, Chuck has his, V has his, and I know that Pam is using one as well, and it's working really well for people, because what it does is in that questioning, you're letting them know up front that you're looking to zero in on what package or what program is going to work to meet their goals to the best of your ability. And if you have to get somebody involved, then get us involved. Get one of these other leaders involved to help you identify what package, after you got the questions in, let us help you. But that's what we're doing with our team, is everybody is using the questionnaire. It's non-intrusive. It allows people to answer the questions. And then let me explain something. When they get the questionnaire back to you, they're engaged. So you better hustle. When you get that questionnaire back to you, you better hustle. Make sure that you're getting this information as fast as possible back to them. We're creating a meal plan program, and that Isagenix then fits right into that meal structure program. But if you don't have a meal plan program, you can use the 30-day system. It has that little book that's in there. Use that as your meal plan program and utilize that. The other thing is that what we're doing is we're helping people get ignited right into this process. Okay, so they go into the questionnaire, they go into the planning process, and then once they have the planning, we're going right into an education process. If they want to be a leader, we take them right into the leadership training program. Now, if you aren't using the 90-day plan from Kathy Coover, my recommendation is that you get on it. Now, the only mistake that Lisa and I made in this whole process is that we had enough people. We should have went executive the very first month or the two. But what we didn't do is we didn't develop consultants. And we had enough people. We have hundreds of people in our downline. And so we could have been executive maybe even 3 or 4 times by now. But what we were doing was we thought that we needed to, and Chuck and I talked about this, we thought that we needed to build results in people, which we do, and we must, to create the excitement and to create the emotion. But you also have to let them know that they can help their people do the same. And now let me just share an easy philosophy for everybody. Isagenix teaches that you share, they share, and you repeat. Well, let me break that down for you really simple. It's you and 2. And if those 2 people go out and get 2, and everybody teaches to go get you and 2, I wrote this down just if you want to know the numbers. By the end of 12 months, if you teach you and 2 to your team, you're not just going to have hundreds of people in your program, you'll have thousands of people just by teaching you and 2. And by the 12th month, you'll have over 8,000 people in your program by just teaching you and 2. It goes 12, it starts out like this. First month it's 4, then it's 8, then it's 16, then it's 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048, 4,096, and the rest of the numbers are there for you. So when you start looking at the dynamics of you and 2, people understand the psychology of how easy it is each month to just help 2 people get 2 people. So that's where we're starting to win. We're duplicating that process. And remember, it's all Isagenix program. What we did is, and I shared this with Chuck, Isagenix has 16 years of experience of giving you this phenomenal millions and millions of dollars of research and psychology that they put into this material. But what happens is, as leaders, we get overwhelmed. We get fed. We feel like we're getting fed by a fire hose because there's so much out there. What I would ask all of you to do, or suggest and share with you that I did for myself, is I said, who's Stan Yago? And what is Stan Yago used to giving people? And that's bite-sized pieces. So I had to break all that information down and find out the pieces, the small pieces that worked for my delivery system to the customer and to creating the associate and creating the leader. And once I broke that down into bite-sized pieces for me to deliver, now it's easier for other people to do the same. So that's what I would share for you today, Chuck.
Great job, Stan. Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Monday morning recognition call, we're going to be dominating a lot of that call. So be on there and encourage one another, encourage your team to get on. Shirley, V, make sure you get all your consultants that you're going to recognize. Pam Benjamin, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier. She's a brand new manager, so we're really proud of Pam for getting that manager. Good job. And so great job. Things are going good. And this is going to be a big week for everybody. So I'll tell you one thing. If you really want to run for Crystal Executive, you can't wait till last week. You got to get your momentum going immediately. I mean, sleep fast tonight and every waking hour you've got between now and May 27th. But it all starts with getting your personals lined up. If you don't have the personals, you're not going to create consultants. So get your personal customers out there, get them in the program, and then we can go back and circle back and help them get there too. So with that, God bless y'all. Have a great night. It's going to be a great week, and I hope to see a lot of you in St. Louis for Patty Saturday for Super Saturday. Congratulations again to you guys who just made Crystal Director. So happy for you. Good night.